Wall Street Journal reporter investigating Hillary's ties to Russia found dead. A Wall Street Journal writer who was investigating Hillary Clinton's ties to Russia was found dead in his apartment under suspicious circumstances. Joseph Froggo, a Pulitzer Prize-winning editorial writer for The Wall Street Journal, was found dead in his New York City apartment last July. According to a Knight spokeswoman, the cause of death is as yet undetermined. The cause and manner of death are pending further studies following today's examination, a spokeswoman for the city's medical examiner's office said. According to Free Republic, he was reportedly investigating Hillary's involvement in the purchase of Russian drug company Vrapharm by Abbott Labs at a time in 2014 when sanctions against Russia would have prevented the sale. The purchase was accomplished by a U.S. shell company named Kew Garden Hills, LLC, registered in Delaware and Hillary Clinton's home state of New York, acquiring approximately 98% of Vrapharm shares, and then they're being bought by Abbott Laboratories. Hillary has ties to both Abbott Labs and Kew Garden Hills LLC. Critical to note about Abbott Laboratories acquiring Vrapharm, this report explains, is that it was accomplished on December 12, 2014, which was 9 months from the March 2014 Obama regime sanctions against Russia prohibiting such company takeovers, and that only someone with Hillary Clinton's power and lust for money could make happen. To how this takeover was completed in order to evade the Obama regime sanctions against Russia, this report details, was accomplished by a U.S. shell company named Kew Garden Hills, LLC, registered in Delaware and Hillary Clinton's home state of New York, acquiring approximately 98% of Vrapharm shares, and then they're being bought by Abbott Laboratories. Handling this takeover transaction, this report continues, was the Russian investment bank Renaissance Capital, who are most to be noted for their having paid former President Bill Clinton $500,000 for a speech he gave before their top executives in Moscow. AnonymousConservative.com reports, supposedly he was found hours before a scheduled meeting at the Russian consulate as part of his investigation into Hillary. No telling what this is, but today it could easily be Hillary having him taken out. These days everything is just bizarre. Surviving something like a professional political hit in America would be incredibly difficult. There are things which you can learn by reading or watching a video, but there are things which you have to go through in real life, to learn how to recognize them, cope with them, and deal with them. The problem with something like this is you have to survive it on the first try, before your brain can adapt to the unbelievable reality of how powerful, well-funded, and well-manned such an operation can be. In reality, it would make Hollywood's most complex and paranoid fantasies look pathetic. When doing something like this, they are not going to skimp and take chances, and I suspect they would use the machinery of the state, either through hijacking it with authority or hiring it out on the side. Realizing the hit and thwarting it once it is happening is probably impossible. If this guy had no idea it was coming, he would have walked into his house, made himself a tea, fell unconscious, and been found hanging, or overdosed, or dead in bed with a heart attack, and he would never have even known. The only chance you'd have is to spot the preparation and surveillance while everything was still in the planning stages. Then you'd know it's coming, but you'd also know you are vulnerable. Once you're under coverage today, the hitters can almost do anything. They know when you are unconscious because they are monitoring exactly where you are and what you are doing in real time. They know when you are located in places which allow them to act elsewhere with impunity. They know your habits, and your preferences. They know how you drive and where you go. They may even own several of your friends if you have a large social circle. All of that knowledge is their power. Even your preparations against them are probably known to them. Your only hope if you want to get a step ahead, and maybe survive the first time, is to realize what they can know, how they can use it, try to control as much as possible by forcing exposure for them to try and get it. Then change the rules of the game wherever you can, so the intel they have may end up being bad when they try to act on it. If they plan to hit you on one route, use another. If they poison all the skim milk in the grocery store where you buy skim milk because you are at a critical point in your investigation, know that you would hit yourself at that moment, and buy the whole milk just in case. Even then, you have to accept the possibilities, or even probabilities of a bad outcome, and just trust in God. But if you are a reporter who thinks the most surveillance Hillary could move would be 4 or 5 people for a day or two, and the chances of getting hit are impossible, you have no chance at all. You might as well just kiss your ass goodbye.